Hello, welcome to my channel, Soul Horizons Tarot. I'm going to be doing a love reading for the sign of Cancer. This is a love reading based on the person most on your mind at this time. So that can be someone that you are in a relationship with, it could be someone that you're curious or interested in, or it could be somebody that you are disconnected or separated from. But it is a romantic love reading, not just friendship or whatever. So this is a collective reading. If it doesn't sound familiar, if it doesn't fit your situation, then it is not your story. So keep that in mind. I've already done a pre-shuffle. I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to start to cut back on time. Oh, I didn't even turn on the light. If you enjoy this, if it resonates, please leave a comment and let me know how it resonated, or share whatever you'd like to. Please share, like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Excuse me, and want to see future content. Alright, so overall, oh boy, this row is your side. The row over here is theirs. In between is the energy between you. And lastly, we have the future. I will say the signs of the cards, but they may not always apply, as well as the gender. So keep that in mind. Just pay more attention to the energy. Let me check this real quick. Make sure. Yeah, it zoomed way too much. Scoot it up a tiny bit. I think that should be good. Alright. Now I'm going to do the same to the clarifiers. Oh, poop. Cut it real quick. Oops. Alright, I'll look at that later. I'm actually going to move this out of the way for now. Uh-oh, lost one. Just so we have room. Alright. Should have checked this after I added everything. I'll bring those back into focus when we get to them. Oh man, lots of swords. Lots of swords. Okay, let me check this one more time. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so let's start off with your current energy situation. If you're coming in as a cross watcher for a Cancer, keep in mind this stays the same. This is their side versus your side, because I moved the other one out of the way. Alright, so you have, let me turn that down a little bit. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as well as Pisces, Cancer, but mainly Pisces energy here. Tell me one more. With the Page of Swords and the High Priestess for Cancer's current energy situation. That was fast. Come here. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, it looks like with the High Priestess here as the main pull, and all the to the side, anything below is clarifiers. Your main energy here is the High Priestess. So you're being quite introspective at this time. Maybe you're holding on to something that you're not sharing. Maybe you're reflecting on something or using your intuition. There may be a secret that you're keeping or information you're just not sharing at this time. Or you're having intuitive nudges, gut instinct, something about some kind of information that's hidden from you or you are hiding. So I am going to clarify and see what that's about. Tell me about the High Priestess. Why is that here? What does it represent for Cancer's current energy situation? Tell me about the High Priestess. Okay, 2 came out there with the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. It could be job, finance related, or there could be something that you're thinking about investing in, but you have intuitive knowledge or understanding about it. So for instance, you may have the gut feeling that what you're investing in you would have to be very careful with. You want to find out more information because with the High Priestess there may be things you don't know about it, but you know that you don't know everything. You understand that you're not fully informed. Or again, some of you could be like secretly planning to invest in something outside of a commitment, or it doesn't even have to be outside of a commitment. Some of you could be secretly planning to invest in something or someone, or you could have an intuitive feeling that what you are investing in is kind of taking you for granted. Anything else on that High Priestess? Anything else on that? Okay. Okay, so it could be a home situation. Some of you may know that you are kind of being taken to the cleaners, or someone is taking advantage of a situation and putting you in instability. Or that something that you want to invest in could be a bad investment or poor decision. It could be around a home. Some of you could be wanting to invest in a home, or a family situation, possibly even a marriage, but it's not stable. It's on rocky ground. Intuitively you know this. So let's look at the Page of Swords. That's seeking out information, trying to find or gather more knowledge about something, asking questions. Tell me about the the Page of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for Cancer's current energy situation? Why is the Page of Swords? Okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles. So this very well could be to do with money. Especially money that doesn't feel like it's fair, balanced, equal. Something that you want or you are investing in is actually causing instability. And you're hesitant because your intuition is either telling you this or you're being guided to listen to your intuition here. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here? What does she represent? Five of Swords. So there could be some arguments about fairness, equality, within a workplace, within a marriage, within a home. Okay, so basically some of you could secretly, maybe you are the one that's doing this. You're withholding something for yourself, not fully investing as much as you could be, and it's leading to arguments, fights, confrontation, disagreements. This Queen of Wands could be somebody that you're dealing with, or this could be the energy that you're taking on. You're quite strong-willed here. You're not allowing anyone to try to fool you. If anything, the Queen of Wands fools others because she knows the game she's hardly ever played. Some of you are aware, or you're starting to become aware, that a situation that you are investing in or possibly withholding from, there's inequality here. There's a lack of balance. You're being breadcrumbed, you're being taken advantage of. Again, switch it if it makes sense for you. I'm not trying to pick on anybody here, but you could be the one withholding from something. But regardless, it's causing instability within work, career, marriage, home. Okay? So there's some instability and arguments about this instability. You want to find out more information. You want to do more research. You want questions or answers. You want answers. You want to be self-assured there with the Queen of Wands. You want to know what you're getting yourself into, or you want the truth about a situation because it's leading to conflict. It could be internal conflict. There could be an unstable home situation, unfairness in work, or possibly even marriage or commitment of some kind. Alright, so let's look at your feelings for this person, whoever's most on your mind. We've got Cancer here with the moon. Alright, tell me one more. Let's look and see what this is. Four of Cups. He came out twice while I was doing the pre-shuffle. Some of you are done, you're fed up. You're not acting on it right now. You're keeping this close to your vest, or you don't know how to resolve the situation. You don't know what to do. You're stuck. Tell me one more with the moon and the Eight of Swords, please. One more with the moon and the Eight of Swords regarding Cancer's feelings. How does Cancer feel about this person? Tell me one more with the moon and the Eight of Swords for Cancer's feelings for this person. Okay. Ace of Cups. We had this one come out. Three of Wands, Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's some uncertainty here and some fear when it comes to how you feel. You do care about this person, but it's almost like either they're at a distance or you're keeping them at a distance. There's a comfortable distance, but it's not really comfortable. It's like we've convinced ourselves that we're comfortable with whatever's between. I'm going to look at this Eight of Swords. This is being mentally stuck in your head, feeling trapped, bound, unable to escape, or unable to fix or resolve or acknowledge. This is like feeling like you're out of options. There's no way out. As far as your feelings towards somebody, you could feel completely isolated from them, and there's nothing you can do. Tell me about that Eight of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for Cancer's feelings about this person? How do they feel about this person, please, with the Eight of Swords? Why is that here? Tell me about that Eight of Swords. 1, 2, and 3. King of Cups. Okay, some of you could feel like you are emotionally cut off from this person, or maybe you have done that. You've like detached because you feel like they're the ones who are trapped in their head. I don't really read this as how you feel, your feelings towards them as what they're doing. I feel like you've put them in a place where you don't have to see it. You're not being reminded. You've detached yourself. Tell me about the moon. Why is that here? What does it represent? That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, by the way, with the King of Cups. Why is the moon here? What does it represent? We have Taurus, Libra come out. Let's see what else comes out. 1. Yeah, okay, so some of you are protecting yourself. It could be that you feel like they've distanced themselves from you, and you don't really know what to do in the situation. You kind of feel like isolated. Like you've been put in a position where you can't address things. Either that, or you are doing that when it comes to your feelings for them. Almost like out of sight, out of mind. The reason you're so guarded, it may very well have to do with what's up here. So you have a feeling that you're being taken advantage of. Or if you do invest, it would not be equal. There would be an imbalance. There would be a lack of reciprocity. It almost feels like you feel a little bit helpless in this situation. You do care for them, but there's either physical distance here between the two of you, or there's emotional distance. And I kind of feel like it might be both, but strongly emotional distance. Like there's a divide. You want to protect your peace, you want to protect your confidence, your ability to be abundant. You're afraid also. Possibly that they're not. There's something about obscure. Something is obscure, which is very well why you might be in like detective mode and seeking out more information. Sometimes the Page of Swords represents somebody that's stalking or prying or being nosy. But I think in this case, again, you want to make sure that what you invest in is not putting you in a bad situation or creating instability. Alright, so let's look at how you think and feel about what's currently going on between the two of you. What are Cancer's thoughts and feelings about the current energy situation between them and this person? One more with the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups. So you're hurt. Maybe you feel like this person distanced themselves from you, or maybe they moved and you feel like there's nothing you can do. You're worried about the longevity or the stability of this connection. Okay, Judgment. Yeah, for some of you, I feel this strong sense that things are out of your hands. Or a decision was made that made your decision or somebody's decision final. There's a sense of finality with that Judgment card, especially because the Three of Swords is here, which represents pain, heartbreak, sorrow, grief, loss, disappointment. The Two of Cups is love, is a connection, an emotional tie or bond. But there's pain attached to that. Let's look at the Two of Cups. Why is that here about how you think and feel about what's currently going on? Yeah. Some of you are at a distance, or you feel at a crossroads. You feel like there's nothing that can be done on your end, or maybe that they are doing nothing. They're not addressing your worries. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Why is that here? For Cancer's feelings and thoughts and feelings about what's going on here. Maybe they're being indecisive and creating doubt and worry within you. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Why is it here? Okay. The Sun. That's Leo energy, Scorpio energy. For some of you, you may have found something out. Something was illuminated here. Something was brought to the surface. And there was clarity. And with it came pain. Nothing can hide under the light of the sun. Something that was shown or something that once brought joy is now a source of pain. Alright, tell me about Judgment. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about Judgment. Why is that here? What does it represent? For Cancer's thoughts and feelings about what's currently going on. 1, 2, 3. Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody, whether it was you or them, made a decision that had to do with security, stability, future, career possibly. Another way to interpret this is that someone decided to invest elsewhere. I say that because the Two of Wands is here with the Two of Cups. Like again, there's that wedge. Someone made a decision, a strong decision to their own sense of personal gain that had to deal with the future, career, finance, their stability basically. I don't know if it was you or them. This does feel like somebody that you're not unfamiliar with, and it does feel like somebody that you're not in a relationship with. It feels, if you are in a relationship, it's breaking down. But this mainly feels like someone that is dealing with someone that is somewhat of a recent breakup. It could be that you guys are just drifting apart. Whatever it was that was illuminated, I think, created some kind of divide between the two of you. And you're stuck in your head about it. Possibly you've created space. It could be the other way around. Alright, so let's look at their side now. Tell me one more. So this is, we're going to do their current energy situation, so what's going on for them. We have Aries, Leo, Sag, strong Leo energy here. Tell me one more. With the King of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. King of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles for this person's current energy situation. What's going on with this person with the King of Wands and Seven of Pentacles, please? 1, 2, and 3. Temperance, Sagittarius. So it looks like they're in the middle of evaluating things, trying to balance things out. It looks like they're trying to do some cleanup. Let me look at that Seven of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent, please? Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles for this person's current energy situation. Why is that here? Okay. Five of Cups. So some of them they're stuck in the sense of what was lost. And they are remembering it. They're going over it in their mind. They're reflecting as well, but this is more so on something that has already happened and they're mourning it. They may feel guilt, shame, remorse, regret, sadness. It's like reflecting on this. Maybe wondering what went wrong, what they could have done or should have done differently. They're stuck in their feelings right now. Tell me about that King of Wands, okay. Four of Pentacles. So you had the same thing here. So you're both kind of in that energy of withdrawing, protecting. This is very much a stuck and stubborn energy. Not wanting to budge, which is very much kind of the King of Wands. They can be very stubborn, headstrong, very determined, but in this case, they're not budging on something. They're not taking action here because they're in the middle of reflecting on something that was lost. Tell me about Temperance. Why is that here? What does it represent, please, for this person's current energy situation? What is Temperance? Why is Temperance here? What does that represent? Okay, 2. So this one's coming out in the challenge position. Things have ground to a complete standstill, or it's moving so slow as to be like imperceptible with the Ace of Pentacles. Either they have slowed something down, they've quit, they've stopped, at least for the time being, they've stopped investing, or something outside of them, a situation outside external influence is in some way slowing something down that would mean an opportunity or long-term potential for something. So this is basically like the red tape. It's either an investment or possibly a proposal, an offer, or an opportunity. that they're either no longer moving towards, or they have been forced to kind of pull back. And I think it's more willfully done, because they are in reflection mode here, evaluating something, especially within their feelings. The King of Wands basically here wants to take action, but he has either willed himself to stop initiating or stop acting towards it, or he has been forced. But I do feel like it's something that he has chosen to do. He has chosen to withdraw. Possibly this is somebody that took back or withheld something. But in that process, very slow process, mind you, they are thinking and kind of reminiscing and going over what could have, should have, or would they have done, or could, like what could they have done differently here. Wondering how or why things played out in the way they played out or are playing out. Alright, so let's look at their feelings towards you. Tell me, no. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, strong Aquarius. Tell me one more with the Ace of Wands and the King of Swords for this person's feelings about Cancer. How does this person feel about Cancer? Okay. Ooh, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Either untrustworthy, they think you're untrustworthy, or that you can't trust them, or you don't take them seriously, or they don't take you seriously. Being that this is their feelings towards you, I would think that they feel that way towards you. But it could be that they've made up their mind, they've kind of convinced themselves here that you don't trust them or you don't take them seriously. But I'm going to clarify, but I'm feeling like they feel like you are untrustworthy, or you are playing a game. You do have the Queen of Wands up here. And I did say, the Queen of Wands is very good. It's hard to fool the Queen of Wands because she knows sometimes how to fool people. She's very charismatic. King or Queen of Wands can be very charismatic, magnetic, charming, witty. Tell me about the King of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's feelings towards Cancer? Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's feelings when it comes to Cancer, please? 1. Okay. Yeah, some of them may have blocked you, or you have blocked them. They have not responded well to it. If that's the case, if you have cut off communication with them, they've become cold, detached. No. Tell me about that Ace of Wands. Tell me about, okay. Like they see potential with you, but there's a but. Some of them may have delegated you to just someone they want physical intimacy with, but they're not interested in feelings. Tell me, why is the Queen of Wands here in the reverse? Why is the Queen of Wands? We have the Wheel and Judgment. judgment was down here in how you thought and felt. So it does feel like this person is the one that made the final call, the final decision. Maybe it was based on the fact that they don't trust you, or it's almost like this person, they've convinced themselves that you're a lost cause, or that it could be as simple as like, I don't want anything besides, you know, I just want a partner I can be physical with, basically. I don't want strings attached. I don't want feelings involved. Anything else? Okay. There could have been a fight. It does feel like they blocked their heart off from you. I think at one point they did see potential here for something long term, but either they have gone in a direction that's just more about intimacy than it is like true intimacy. This is just the physical nature of it versus the actual vulnerability, being receptive. Something has changed. Either their mind has changed about you, or they've changed their mind because it very well could be something to do with the conflict. And you did have this card up here for you. Like maybe that you have the energy that you're displaying towards them, your feelings and your thoughts and feelings about the situation. Maybe that they don't like this, and it causes doubts within them. I'm not sure. If that's not the case, then disregard this. But it could be that that's something that they don't want to deal with. They don't want somebody that can't, you know, commit. If you are wanting to commit to this person and you made it clear, then this person has decided that they don't want to. Something about this is over in their mind, and they've blocked their heart off when they did see potential at one point, but now it's just, I'm cool with being, you know, but it could be that they don't even want that anymore. There's this pretty significant shift here. I don't like their feelings towards you, basically, is what I'm saying, regardless of how you play this out or interpret it. For some of you, this person doesn't trust you, or they don't take you seriously for whatever reason, or they're not someone that you should trust or take seriously. At least when it comes to you. It's not, maybe they don't have issues with commitment, but they can't commit to you, or they don't want to, because they have, their feelings towards you are, they've made them inaccessible. They don't want to even confront that, acknowledge it. They don't want to talk about it, think about it. Tell me about what this person wants when it comes, what does this person want when it comes to Cancer? What do they hope, wish, desire? What are their motives and intentions when it comes to Cancer? What's going on between them? How would they like that to play out? Tell me about one more with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Maybe one more. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. 3. Ooh, double on the bottom too, yeah. No. Yeah. And it was Death. Scorpio energy. 7 of Wands. Okay, I can read this two different ways. Some of them just want to move on from you entirely. Others just want to get past the part where we're fearful. Either they know that you're fearful of them, or they're fearful of you, or you're both mutually fearful of each other, of the connection. They just want to get past that to a point where we can at least be friends, cooperate in some way. Okay, so this could be, as an example, this could be two people that have shared a home, started a family. They just want to get to the point where we can be co-parents. We can get past all the uncomfortable nightmare to a place where we can be in the same room without World War III. Others they just want to write this off completely. They want it to go away. They want to move on. And if that's the case, if they're no longer interested in building on this foundation, it's because it's become so much of a mental war. For some of you, I could see this as like, I wish this person would just get over it and we can go back to the business of being around one another because we have to be. Either you share a home, or you share children, or you work together, or you have no choice but to be around each other. Tell me about that. No, sorry. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent for what this person wants when it comes to Cancer? What do they desire? Okay. Okay. Tell me about that Nine of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Yeah, they want to nip something in the bud here. They want to get something done and over with. For some of you, it is that they just want to move on from this relationship. But with the Queen of Pentacles coming out here as the main pull, they want a partnership. But I'm not convinced that it has anything to do with love as much as it does a working relationship. But they really want to confront something here because it's causing them a lot of stress, anxiety, or they want you to confront. They want something done immediately. They want to end this Nine of Swords. They want to move past that. We're going to get to the point or to the part where we, again, can be in the same room, or we can be civil, we can have amicable divorce or something like that. But with these two cards, it seems like it's kind of inevitable that you're around each other, or that you'll run into each other. Like this is day-to-day basis familiarity. again, for some of you, you may have children with this person, or you may have a long-standing history with this person, and for whatever reason you still have to share the same space. But at the same time, they want to move past that Nine of Swords. They want to leave it behind. And for some of you, yes, they want to leave this whole situation behind. They're ready for it to be over because it's causing them sleepless nights. It's causing them to worry, stress. It could be that some of them are waiting for you to get out of your head and confront something or deal with something so that we can get back on track. But it doesn't feel like really love related, honestly. It just feels like, can we please get to the part where we can work together and there not be drama or stress involved. Alright, we're going to take all these and we're going to move on to the energy between the two of you. I feel like you're more heartbroken than this person as far as how it's going, how it's playing out, whereas they're just wanting to rid themselves of, they just want it to be over, whereas you are still very much in your feelings about it, or disappointed. Not that they're not, it's that they don't want to dwell there anymore. Alright, so next one is the current energy situation between the two of you. So, we have Taurus energy here, Hierophant, and the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands and the Hierophant. So somebody could have commitment issues, or they're just wary, skeptical, or very guarded about a commitment here. Whether you've had one or not. One more with the Hierophant and the Nine of Wands, please, for what's going on between Cancer and this person. What's the current energy situation between these two at this time? Do 3 shuffles. That's 1. 2. And 3. Yeah, Emperor. Somebody's, yeah, they're very Aries, if I didn't say. This, whoever this is, and I kind of feel like it's on their side. I don't kind of feel like, I feel like it's on their side. This person is very skeptical, very doubtful when it comes to the idea of commitment, or if you are in a commitment, they're no longer in the same place, or where you would want to see them. They're not comfortable with the idea. They may be, they might have a phobia when it comes to commitment, or they might see you as a commitment phobe, but we're hesitant and we're protective, highly protective at this time, guarding ourselves from the idea of a commitment, of marriage possibly. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. Like, somebody might not want to be tied down. They want to do their own thing. The Emperor energy is someone that answers to no one. Everyone answers to him. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Whatever commitment is, or promise, or vow, or contract that's between you, or in between you, this doesn't serve someone's interests. It could be you. It could be you both. But someone doesn't see this as emotionally fulfilling. Tell me about the Hierophant. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about the Hierophant. What is it here? What does it represent? Why is it here? What does it represent? The Hierophant, please. Okay, Queen of Wands again. So I feel like you're the Queen of Wands. Even I know you're a Cancer, but your energy is the Queen of Wands. The commitment is something you want. However, this Emperor over here, which I feel is them, it could be the other way around. They're very guarded. Somebody's very guarded against the idea of commitment with this Queen of Wands. Possibly because they only see the Queen of Wands as someone they want to sleep with, if I'm being blunt. Tell me about... no. Tell me about the Emperor. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about the Emperor, please. Tell me... okay. Empress. Wow. So that's Taurus, Libra. For some of you, you may be dealing with somebody that is already in a commitment and you're kind of the mistress or the Mr. if you're the male, you're the affair. You're the other one, you're the third wheel or third party. But mainly here, I think this is a reading for someone that's either already been in a long-term commitment or we were discussing it. At least that was the idea, that was the plan. But the strongest sense is that this is someone that you've already... there was a strong connection. There may have even been long-term commitment or marriage, or possibly like a family, a husband and wife, a father and mother. You've had children. Somebody's looking at this though now as if it's no longer fulfilling their needs, their wants, their desires. And that's why they have their walls up. Somebody could be being very selfish in terms of what they expect. Because the Emperor and Empress are they're very confident, but they have a certain expectation when it comes to their standards. They have very, very high standards. Usually rightfully so, because they know what they're worth, they know what they bring, they know their quality, or value rather. Alright, so let's look at what's working in your favor if you're not in a connection, or what is your strength if regarding your connection. What is the strength of this connection between the two of you, or what is working in your favor to bring the two of you together. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Page. Taurus, Virgo, Libra. It could be a child or possibly a pregnancy, but okay, Knight of Pentacles. So all Pentacles. See, yeah, I'm getting this. This is for someone that has a long-standing commitment with the other, or with each other rather. But there needs to be a fresh perspective. Possibly somebody, it's almost like starting back from square one, hitting the reset button. If you are in a connection, your strength here is the slow and steady pace. The initial determination to start something and see it through, but progressing through that, you know, very practically. So let's look at the page. Why is the page here? Okay. King of Cups. So this is like, yeah, hitting the reset button, starting from scratch, starting over. But also being open again, being receptive. And I think there would be time. Time is needed. And especially enough time to reevaluate, reassess, which is the energy that they were actually in. So the energy that they're in may be the thing, or not, excuse me, no, well, their energy situation may be the thing that is working in your favor to bring the two of you together. But if you are already in a connection, the strength here is really being very solid, consistent, steady progress, steady real progress. Tell me about that 7. Why is the 7 here? What does it represent? It could be that some of you, the strength here is that you've had so many years together. There's Virgo energy. Yeah, this is almost like two people that approach things very strategically, very practically, based on experience, possibly long-term experience between the two of you, like you know each other well enough, you know yourselves well enough, and this would help you. But with the 7 and the Hermit, it's almost like somebody needs the time to reflect so that they can get back to a place where they are open, especially emotionally, but practically speaking as well. No. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. And slow and steady wins the race here. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. It's almost like somebody needs time to warm to the idea and to see the value. 8 of Cups. Yeah, time away. You know, some of you may benefit from one of you or the both of you getting some distance and going outside of your known, outside of your comfort zone, so that you can look at this from a different perspective. I got a very similar energy with, as far as strengths, or what's working in your favor in, who did I do last time? Oh, it was Virgo. And this is Virgo energy, so is this. So some of you may want to go watch Virgo's reading. Some of you may be dealing with the Virgo. We also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here as well. So water and earth. Somebody really may need to learn the lesson that the grass isn't greener on the other side. They're going to have to learn the hard way, or they're going to have to take the detour just to find out. And again, I think if that's the case, it's on their side, because they're the ones that seem so resistant. Whereas your energy feels like there's nothing you can do about the distance. Alright, challenges, blocks, obstacles, or what's not working in your favor. Tell me one more with the Queen of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Tell me one more with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Somebody has convinced themselves that something will make them happy. Or they have a perspective of what happiness means that isn't in your favor. Somebody's version of happiness is working against this connection. Tell me the Ten of Swords, or excuse me, the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords, please, for the challenges, blocks, obstacles between Cancer and this person, or what's not working in their favor, please, at this time. 1. Oh, wow. 2. That's Cancer energy. And 3. So, Chariot in the reverse means no movement, a lack of balance, a lack of somebody or both of you working in tandem. Like, instead of the two sphinxes going in the same direction, pulling at the same speed, we're like drifting apart, or one is like sitting still while the other's going, so the chariot can't move. Okay, so there's an imbalance, a major imbalance. And I think it has something to do with something that someone has convinced themselves, or their perspective, or their decision about what happiness. We're going to look and see what that's about. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. Why is that here? Like maybe someone has convinced themselves that their happiness isn't in a connection, it's out there in the world. It's not attached to a family, or it's career related. Tell me about that Ten of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? Or what's the challenge, block, or obstacle here between Cancer and this person? That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, by the way. Tell me about that Ten of Cups. 1, 2, 3. This very well could be somebody that has experienced a, great disappointment or divorce that has changed their, it's changed their perspective of a family. 8 of Cups. Yeah, that's ringing true. This is the strongest one I'm getting, and I feel like it's on their side, but flip it if it makes more sense for you. Just be honest with yourself, if it is, because I'm not here to try to paint anybody in a bad light, but somebody here has convinced themselves that their happiness, it's not attached to the connection between the two of you. It's out there, somewhere else. It's with another person, or it's job related, it's chasing this or that or the other thing. And what's working in your favor is allowing them to do that, or them allowing you to do that, so that you get a fresh perspective, so that you understand that sometimes grass is greenest where you water it, or that whatever you were looking for wasn't outside of you, but it was within you, or within them. They're looking for external happiness, and you are suffering for it, or vice versa. You are looking for external happiness, and this person is suffering. Okay, there was instability. Somebody wasn't being reliable, consistent. Somebody's looking for happiness elsewhere. Tell me about that Queen of Swords. Why is she here? What does it represent? For what's the biggest challenge, obstacle between Cancer and this person? What is the Queen of Swords, and why is she here? For what's not working. Okay, we have Sagittarius energy with Sagittarius, with the Temperance, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, it's like somebody gave themselves too much time to contemplate on something, and during that time they were thinking all wrong. They were laying blame, shifting blame. They were convincing themselves, but they weren't convincing them in a way that was helpful or healthy. for some of you. For others, this decision was made during a time of alone. When they were alone, or when you were alone. Your perspective or their perspective shifted. During the time there was no communication, somebody may have been healing. Maybe they fell ill or something, they needed time to heal, or you did. But maybe you were doing that, and in that time this person drifted off, drifted away. There was emotional distance. Like, we didn't become closer, we actually grew further apart. So in this case, like, distance did not make the heart grow fonder. It actually just created a wider chasm. Tell me about the Chariot. Tell me about the Chariot in the reverse, please. And you know, you did have the Sun come out. Interesting. You did have the Sun come out for some kind of clarity. Something was illuminated. So you may be the one that realizes something, has an epiphany while they're off doing whatever, and it brings you clarity that you didn't have previously. Like, you need this time to reflect while they're chasing rainbows or waterfalls, like that TLC song. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Let's stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I'm not going to even try to sing that. You'll probably... Anyway, Chariot with the Magician, that's Gemini, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, somebody with the Magician and the Three of Cups and the Chariot, it's like somebody here is overcomplicating things. They're allowing things to mess with the relationship. It could be a third party, but third party doesn't always mean a person. It can mean something else, like a work, family, friends, social life. Things that come between a relationship, or people that come between a relationship. Like somebody's creating more distraction for themselves so that they don't have to sit It's almost like this person has convinced themselves that it's... I think they're sitting with something that they regret doing, but at the same time, they're stubbornly insisting that they're not in the wrong, or they're in the right. Meanwhile, they're leaving you to pick up the pieces. It could be the other way, but a strong sense of this is being done to you, not the other way around. Somebody's like playing... They're not playing fair, but it's not even about against you. Like they're hedging their bets, but they're gonna lose. They're not gonna get what they think they're gonna get out of it. Like they've led themselves astray. They got lost in the idea of the Ten of Cups being somewhere other than right here. Alright, so shift these over just a little bit so we can do the last set here for the future. Alright, how's this going to play out? What's the future direction of this? How's it going to play out? Of course, this is probable, but as it stands, how is this going? Or where is it going? Tell me one more with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands, please. One more with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands for the future direction of this connection or of the situation between Cancer and this person. Tell me one more with Ace of Swords and Page of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, Sag, and energy. two. Okay. Alright, first one to come out was this guy, Strength. And then these two came out. Oh, High Priestess and the Ten of Cups. In the reverse with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this still feels like a stubborn insistence that this person, or you, but I'm going to say this person because that's the stronger inclination. They allowed themselves to be led astray, or they led themselves astray, and now they've it's like they're understanding that they've already set the path, they've set the course, and they're sticking to it. It's basically like convincing themselves that they can't turn back. They have to hold the course. It's like a very childish, willful kind of, I did this intentionally. That's what they tell themselves. That's what they tell everyone else. It's like, this is exactly what I wanted. But internally, they're freaking out. I feel like it hurts their ego to even attempt to admit to themselves, let alone anyone else, that they didn't choose the right path. Tell me about that Ace of Wands, or excuse me, Page of Wands. Tell me about that Page of Wands. Like they ignored their intuition, they ignored their soul basically, and insisted that this was the right choice, this was the right action. Or you did, but again. Page of Wands, please. Why is that here? What does it represent for the future direction of this thing? Leo energy, we have Pisces again, we have, yeah, Pisces, Leo, or fire sign. Tell me about that Page of Wands. Okay. The Sun. It could be that some of them come to the realization. They're still a little defensive about it. They haven't fully allowed themselves to internalize. This very well could be a realization or taking an action based on a realization, or possibly you. But with the High Priestess and the Ten of Cups in the reverse, it's like finding out that you knew better all along, but you completely disengaged from your intuition, from your deeper knowing. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. Six of Cups came back out, but before I was really focused on what I was doing. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Okay, yeah, Moon. Yeah, there's a realization that somebody messed up with the Moon there. They were hiding the truth from themselves, from you, or you were. And here we have the Sun that illuminates everything that the Moon tries to disguise. The Ace of Swords, you know, that's a communication, that's truth, that's clarity, that's realization. I'm going to see here what action they're going to take, but I do think they're going to have that aha moment. I'm just not sure that they're going to fully integrate that or implement it. Like there's still a stubborn insistence here, or a defensiveness, or standing their ground, even though they know full well, or someone knows full well, that they were led astray. They based a decision out of fear. like somebody bamboozled themselves. I do see somebody coming to a realization here, or something being illuminated, possibly even taking an action based on that. But it's not going to be a full-fledged, you know, I messed up. It's the right direction, but there's still some resistance there. There's still some hang-ups when it comes to fully acknowledging and taking accountability. Tell me one more with 5 of Cups and Justice. That's Libra energy here. What action? Okay, yeah. What action is this person most likely to make? Or what action is this person most likely to take towards Cancer? What's their next action towards Cancer, please? What's this person's next action in regards to Cancer? Towards Cancer. Tell me about that 8 of Wands. 1. 2. Alright, so we had the Knight of Pentacles come out. That's very Virgo, but could be Taurus, Capricorn. Queen of Wands and the Star. Yeah, it feels like somebody finally comes to their senses here. And they come in to right their wrongs, to fix a situation, to bring justice, to balance the scales, to recreate balance. They realize they cheated you out of something, but more than that, they cheated themselves out of something, because they come to the realization that you are a wish fulfillment for them. And I say that because the Queen of Wands first showed up on your end. Then in their feelings, it showed up for you were in the reverse. Yeah, it's like they convinced themselves something about you just to make it easier to walk away from you, to hurt you. They convinced themselves that you were untrustworthy, or you were non-committal, or you were just someone that they wanted to sleep with, and they had no interest in, you know, emotional. At some points they want to move very fast and then they pull back. So this is a lot of energy, but they're holding back with that Knight of Pentacles. Let me look at the Justice. Tell me about Justice. Why is it here? What does it represent? I feel like they're overcome with grief, remorse, sadness here. At what they've done, or the injustice that they brought. So they realize something wasn't right, it wasn't fair, and they do take action towards it. It's not immediate, I don't think. That would be immediate, but the Knight of Pentacles is like, hold on a second, I need to plan, I need to strategize. Tell me about Justice. Tell me about Justice. That's Aries, Leo, Sag, and Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 5 of Swords. Yeah. It could be that you guys had an argument and you both said hurtful things. They're hurt, you're hurt, everybody's hurt. But it does look like somebody is taking an accountability, at least on their part. They understand that it takes two to make or break a relationship, and here they're at least acknowledging, I feel, with the 5 of Swords in the reverse, the part that they had to play. I think they're very aware of how you hurt them, if you did, but it's not like coming in and scolding you, or attacking you, or confronting you, or accusing you. It's more so, I've got to make this right. Because they are overcome or overwhelmed with truly feeling the loss. Tell me about that 5 of Cups. So I was starting to get really worried, but this looks like it's going in a good direction if that is you are open. Yeah, Five of Cups again. Somebody understands they made a foolish decision. They acted rashly, hastily, impulsively. They didn't think things through. They see now, I mean not now, because this is in the future. They are going to recognize where they stepped wrong. The mistakes that they made in being the fool. They understand now. And I think that plays very well into what I said, your strengths or what's working in your favor is time enough to look, to go out and seek whatever they're seeking. It will give them clarity. For some of them, possibly too late. Some of you may not wait for this person, or you won't accept this from them. But I do see this as taking action towards you eventually. It's not going to be immediate because I do think they still hold back. They did have that Seven of Wands up there. It's like it's hard for this person to admit they were wrong, or maybe some of it comes from, you know, you hurt me too, but I almost said Me Too movement, but that seems kind of inappropriate. Anyway, probable outcome. Not so great there. One more. Oh, actually two more. Tell me about the probable outcome. Probable because tarot cannot be definitive. It is a collective reading. Not all outcomes are going to be the same for everyone, but also you have free will. Those around you have free will. So it's all dependent upon your choices, their choices. Alright, so one more please. We have two tens here. 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Oh, excuse me. No. 9. 9 of Swords. I don't know why I said two tens. 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. What is the probable outcome here between Cancer and this person? 1, 2, there we go, and 3. Queen of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. Damn. It could be that the burden is too great, the worry, the fear too much. I feel like this might be you. You did have this over here, both the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't remember actually where the Queen of Pentacles was, but I know the 3 of Swords was on your side. I think for a lot of you, or maybe just one person, it doesn't really matter. For someone, their outcome here is that too much damage was done. Maybe you did too much damage, maybe they did, maybe you both did. You said things that can't be taken back, you did things that can't be undone. And it's too great a burden, and too much fear and anxiety and stress, and too much hurt, pain, and disappointment to turn this into something solid, or to fix the damage. The damage has been done. Tell me about that 9 of Swords. There goes my light. Tell me about that 9 of Swords, please, for the probable outcome. Why is it here? What does it represent? Why is the Knight of Swords? 9. Good grief, 9 of Swords. Alright. The Hermit. Maybe too much time passed. That's Virgo energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Too much time spent in our head. Too much loneliness, sadness. Like in their absence or in your absence, there was too much left unsaid, too much space, too much of a void, and somebody didn't help. You felt alone. Someone felt extremely alone, like they had to pick up the pieces. Tell me about like you left me to pick up the pieces. How can I trust you? How can I forgive you? Page of Cups just came out. I'm going to put it back, but Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I'm not. Tell me about that Ten of Wands. Why is it here? What does it represent, please? Why is it here? Okay. The Knight of Wands. So kind of similar, somewhat similar. Message, offer, messenger. Yeah, and the Knight of Wands can sometimes, they initiate, they spark, they ignite, but they're not always the most consistent. This is somebody that starts its project but doesn't always see it through. They're good at rallying but not so great at leading. Yeah, this very much feels like you were gone too long, or you didn't speak to me for too long, or you hurt me too deeply. Basically, the damage has been done. What was done or said can't be undone. Alright, we're going to do the last one, which is the overall theme. Do this so I can have plenty of clarifiers. So the overall theme, doesn't matter what the order is now. The overall theme and energy. What's the takeaway? Two of Pentacles and Three of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles and the Three of Swords for the overall energy theme of the spread, of the reading, of the connection between Cancer and the person most on their mind, please. One more with the Two of Swords, or Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, please. Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. One. Two. Six of Cups. Yeah, painful memories. It's too fresh. It's too raw. And what once brought you happiness when it comes to nostalgia or reminiscing now brings you pain, brings them pain. But I feel like it's more on your side as to why you can't accept once they come back in, because I do feel like they are going to eventually. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Now we do have, that is a card sometimes of reconciliation, but I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, it's like very back and forth, very wishy-washy, in and out, two-minded, imbalanced, not consistent. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Why is it here? What does it represent for the overall theme between Cancer and this person? One, two, there it is, three. Yeah, basically you hurt me too much. Page of Swords, and you can't trust them. Or somebody can't trust the other person. There's too many questions. Maybe you would feel like you were unsafe, so you had to constantly check in on them, or vice versa. But the Queen won't accept a page. And the way this page is here, it's almost like he's still kind of withholding, holding back. So I feel like that's where that Two of Pentacles comes from. Can I trust you or not? Do you mean it or not? Tell me about that Two of Pentacles, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? There's too much instability, and it's not balanced. Tell me about that Two of Pentacles. Why is it here? What does it represent? 1, 2, and 3. First one to come out was Death, Scorpio, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Pentacles, yeah. After the split, after this ending, after this disconnect, after change, transformation, you have long enough to sit and question and wonder and reevaluate things. Somebody is given time to reevaluate things, and the conclusion that they come up with is that, again, the damage has been done. I think at one point you would have been open, but they allowed too much to happen in between. And, you know, however it ended, I do think there was conflict involved. You know, hateful or hurtful things were said. And while the connection is strong, tell me about that Six of Cups. Leo energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Tell me about the Six. Yeah. It's like some of you come to the conclusion, or they do, but I'm going with my stronger instinct, is that you can't just come back in. You can't just expect me to blindly forgive you and have no questions, have no concerns. The Queen of Swords demands the truth. Like the Queen of Wands is hard to play games with because she plays games herself. The Queen of Wands knows bullshit when she sees it. You can't trick the Queen of Swords. Somebody gave up on something special. They threw it away. And the realization of the person that was left is that you didn't accept me when I was full of love. Why would I accept you now that you have allowed these doubts to surface? Like you took me for granted, basically. And you can't just come back in with an apology. If somebody's returning here with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, offering this Ace of Cups. But I think you're going to stand your ground here. And if you do accept them, you won't accept anything but everything they have to offer as far as telling the truth, acknowledging but with the outcome, what it was, and over here, like having time to reflect and understand and really internalize things and see things, like understand that your intuition was right, you were correct, that was your very first card. I think you're going to understand things about yourself, them, and the situation, the connection, that's going to make you very, 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 very difficult to convince. And that's true for Cancer, because it can be hard to get a Cancer to open up. But when they do, and you hurt them, they live with that. Cancers, it's not like they hold a grudge. They just the pain is extraordinary, and they don't allow themselves to be the victim twice. Alright, so Cancer, that's your reading. Let me know in the comments how this resonated. Please like, share, subscribe. If you did enjoy this and want to see future readings or content, I thank you everybody who stopped in for a minute or more or stayed till the end. Every bit of support helps, and I appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next time.